Hey, Patrick Findaro here. This video is for those that are looking to move to the US, potentially through the E2 investor visa. There's roughly 80 countries around the world. It should be all highlighted in blue behind me that are eligible for the E2 investor visa. It's advised to check directly on the US State Department website. At Visa Franchise on our website, we're regularly updating the E2 visa countries that are eligible. For those that don't know, it's generally an investment of $100,000 to $300,000, and you employ a few Americans, and you can move to the U.S. Countries range, though, in terms of the term of how long they're going to give you the visa for. So it can range from anywhere from 3 months to 5 years. I'm going to go over today how you can find out if you have a passport of a country that's eligible for the E2 investor visa, as well as how long the visa you might be eligible for coming in and out of the United States. So for example, an Argentinian national is generally issued a 5-year E2 visa, so they can come and go freely for a period of 5 years. Where on the other end of the spectrum, you have countries like Egypt, Ukraine, where they only issue an E2 visa for as little as 3 months. So you have to enter in the US, and then you only have two years of status to stay legally in the US, and then you have to travel, renew the visa, come back in. It's a little more cumbersome. The US government is constantly looking at the reciprocity schedule to see how a US national, so say myself, Patrick Findaro, I want to move to a country that has an E2 visa with my nationality, United States citizen. The US government wants to see how long I can get a visa. So for example, Chile, it was an E2 visa country that was eligible for 5 years, but it's only 1 year now. Why is it only 1 year? Because for an American going to Chile, they're only going to give me a visa for 1 year. So that's how the reciprocity schedule works. Most countries are for 5 years, but it's really important that you work together with your immigration attorney on your immigration strategy and think about it a bit, because if you only have a visa valid that's for 3 months and you have to be traveling extensively, it might not make much sense to do the E2 visa for you and your family. So quickly, we update the E2 visa countries quite frequently on our website at vettedbiz.com and at Visa Franchise. So at Visa Franchise, we're updating the E2 visa countries quite frequently, but it's always best to go with the direct source. So go to the US State Department website. I'm on it right now, and right now it's February 24th, 2021. We can see what countries are eligible for the E2 visa here. So Albania, Argentina, Australia, Austria, Azerbaijan, going through the list, Canada, Chile, Taiwan. There's roughly 80 countries that are eligible for the E2 investor visa. And then there's also the E1, which is a much less common visa, but it's for those that are conducting trade with the US. For our clients at Visa Franchise, we're really just focused on the E2 visa at the moment, where we find and vet different franchise opportunities that might be eligible for the E2 visa. So that rounds out the list of E2 visa eligible countries you can see on my screen. A little more, Yugoslavia at the end. And it's really important to look at the country-specific notes. So, for example, you have the United Kingdom, where the treaty has been around since 1815, which is incredible. I'm going to make my screen a little bigger. But you have to actually be residing in the United Kingdom and in the British Isles, rather. So if you're a UK national residing in Ecuador, you're not eligible for the E2 visa. Does that mean that when you go into your interview, the consulate officer is going to know that specific rule for the UK? nationals applying for the E2 visa? Maybe not. Do you want to test that? Probably not. So it's important to work with a qualified and licensed U.S. immigration attorney on your immigration strategy and someone that really knows and has experience with the E2 visa. So we get a lot of inquiries from Bolivians and Ecuadorians. Unfortunately, these countries, their current policy has strayed a little from the United States, and they've canceled the treaty for Americans like me, Patrick, to go and open up a business in Bolivia or Ecuador under the reciprocal visa category. So Bolivia canceled the treaty back in 2012, and Ecuador canceled the treaty back in 2018. So if you made the investment before, you might still be able to renew the visa, and it's fine. You can continue on until 2022. However, and then for Ecuador until 2028. However, if you didn't make the investment before June 10th, 2012, and you're from Bolivia, or May 18th, 2018, then you're most likely not eligible, from what I understand, and speak to your attorney, for the E2 visa. It should have been established or acquired prior to June 10th, 2012. So there's all different types of little notes for these different E2 visa countries. And it's important to seek advice from a qualified, licensed immigration attorney who has processed many E2 visas in the past and really knows what they're doing to work with you on your E2 visa petition if you decide to go that route. All right, so I mentioned there's countries like Egypt, like Ukraine, that don't have such a long E2 visa reciprocity schedule. So essentially you can enter the US, but you can't be traveling freely. You have to enter also within the first 3 months or 6 months or 12 months for many countries. And as I mentioned, they're constantly reevaluating. So for Chile, it went down from 5 years to 12 months. On the reverse side, Mexicans, it used to just be 1 year, and it's gone up to 4 years now, which is really quite attractive and makes it a lot easier on the family in terms of doing the interviews, etc. So the reciprocity schedule, you can see here on the U.S. Government site, U.S. visa reciprocity and civil documents by country. Let's just click on Argentina. And then you'll go to the E-visa category. You see for the E2, validity period 60 months, multiple entries. Let's see what the note is. And yeah, basically you have to be the Argentine citizen, and your spouses would be eligible as well based on the nationality of the applicant. So these type of notes definitely want to sync with an attorney to make sure that you are eligible for the E2 visa, your family's eligible for the E2 visa, and it's not something that it's going to be 3 months when you expected it to be the full 5-year period, which is the maximum for E2 visas. So again, go on the government website. I just showed you on this video how to do it. travel.state.gov. We'll share this link so you can see all the E2 visa countries. And then you can also check the reciprocity schedule here to see how long the visa category is eligible for your nationality. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks.